welcome Novus Finance as a major sponsor for 2024 and beyond. I'd like to welcome Amela to the club and her team at Novus Finance. Hope you enjoy the game and go Dandenong Thunder. The NPLMVIC Cup will be presented by Lana and Amela at the conclusion of the game, just in front of the press box. Hope you enjoy the game. There's only one team in Dandenong. Can we also please have the president from Dandenong City, Rob, please come to the middle of the ground in front of the press box. Our president wants to have a quick chat with you. Please, thanks for that.
They're not going to win. That's why I was trying to
Welcome to NPL Victoria Men's Round 19 action this evening, live from Melbourne South East. George Andrews Reserve in Dandenong is playing host to the Jim Mehmeti Cup, known as the Dandenong Derby as well, in this neck of Melbourne. My name is Bryce Ruthven, taking you through the big clash between Dandenong Thunder and also Dandenong City. And I'll tell you what, if the last meeting between these two in round 6 is anything to go off, tonight's game is going to be an absolute cracker, and we've got two teams in varying form, but as you see across many derbies across Australia and the world, and right here in Melbourne across the various NPL and state leagues, derby is literally form out the window, and it is all what happens in the 90 minutes here at George Andrews Reserve this evening. Let's get to the two teams that'll be upon us, starting with the away side. Dandenong City in goals, number 1, John Hall. Number 2, Stefan Brasevich. Number 5, Jack Webster. We'll pause for a minute's silence. Apologies about that one. I wasn't made aware that we're having a minute's silence. But nonetheless, we'll get straight back into it. The team lineups for this evening for the Dandenong Derby. In goals for Dandenong City, number 1, John Hall. Number 2, Stefan Brasevich. Number 5, the captain, Jack Webster. Number 9, Kenny Athu. Number 13, Valley Sesnick. Number 17, Danny Kim. Number 18, Thomas Giannakopoulos. Number 19, James Exidius. Number 22, Tim Atharinos. Number 25, George Lambatarides. And also Jackson Lino in number 38. The substitutes for Dandenong City, number 3, Jacob Alexander. Number 10, Seb Hernando. Number 11, Brady Quinn. Number 14, Damien Akonis. Number 20, Michael Martinovich. And number 28, Luke Saunders. They, of course, are coached by Nick Tolios. To the home side, hosting tonight's derby, the Dandenong Thunder. In goals, number 1, Pierce Clark. Number 3, Daniel Alessi. Number 4, Sebdim Ismaili. Number 5, Mercer Mehmeti. Number 8, Aidan Edwards. Number 9, Wade Decker. Number 11, the captain, Ali Salmani. Number 12, Birkin Kadar. Number 13, Ben Jiba. Number 14, Danny Dixon. And number 22, Jay Romanovsky. On the bench for the Thunder, number 2, Joseph Romero. Number 15, Josh Karantz. Number 16, Mumit Solomovsky. Number 21, Luke Andasev. And number 23, Jordan Smiley. They are coached by Adam Piddick. And as we see the pleasantries exchanged by both sides, you can see the Jim Mehmeti Cup being delivered by the Mayor of Dandenong, Lana Formoso. She's in attendance tonight, as is a host of other councillors and major sponsors for Dandenong Thunder. It is one of the biggest clashes on the calendar as you look at the 2024 season for these two clubs. They circle these two games each and every year, and as I said, the last meeting between these two in round 6, it was a hot contest at Frank Holohan Soccer Complex. It resulted in a 2-1 win to the away side, Dandenong Thunder, on the night. Handy 2-0 lead at the halftime break, courtesy of goals from Wade Decker and Birkin Kader, gave the away side a good little grounding. Second half, though, Damien Akonis for Dandenong City managed to find a score sheet, but it wasn't enough, with Dandenong Thunder claiming 3 points, coming back across town here in Dandenong. Coming off last weekend's results too, the home side, Dandenong Thunder, they'll be buoyed by some good form, particularly with their showing here at this very venue last Saturday night, when they defeated the team that was sitting in second place at the time, now in third as a result of a Dandenong Thunder win. Oakley Cannons, the Thunder, winning that one 3-1. Last week, it was a Croatian derby of sorts, with Dandenong City going down to their crosstown rivals, the Melbourne Knights, at Frank Holohan. It was a 5-2 win to the Knights, and look, they've had some good form themselves. 2 weeks ago, they did have a strong win away at Jack Edwards against Oakley. So both sides have faced Oakley in the last 2 weeks that are on your stream tonight and have come away with results. So mixed form, but some good form as well to show as our officials this evening. We've got some good ones. Poya Gadarin is our main referee. His assistants, Peter Jaworski and Leo Krmuksevich. And the fourth official, Max Hanlon. As you see, Poya Gadarinian. Get us ready here, and we're underway in the Jim Mehmeti Cup. It is round 19, and possession will start with the away side, Dandenong City, in their white strip. The Dandenong Thunder in their traditional black and red stripes. See James Exidius playing in a right-back role, as NPL Victoria fans have come to see. And a good bit of play early on here for the Thunder to progress into their half. The two captains will have a hot contest with Jack Webster at the backs. Ali Salmani playing on the left wing for Thunder again, as we see Jay Romanovsky maintain his position as a right winger. Has played a lot of right back this year, but last week, as an early chance comes in, and Ali Salmani gets a good head on the end of it. Yeah, if you haven't seen the goal from last weekend's game between Dandenong Thunder and the Oakley Cannons, make sure you check it out. Jay Romanovsky with one of the goals of the season down this very end, where John Hall takes a goal kick. No doubt buoyed by some good form with that strike last week. The talk has been at the training track that he's been practicing again, so we might even see another goal from a man promoted into an attacking role, as we see Kenny Athu, of course, known Very well to Heidelberg fans and Melbourne Victory fans as well. Kenny Athu with 6 goals to his name in the 2024 campaign. Of course, in his first season with the Croatian club. And Giannakopoulos looking to put the ball across in front of the player race, and it's dealt well with by Benjiba. He goes long, but he hasn't got an option in front. In the end, results in a simple turnover. And Stefan Bresovic working with Jack Webster, his captain at centre-back tonight. Quite calm on the ball in these opening stages. As we see a typical derby challenge coming in nice and early, 2 minutes played here at George Andrews. It's been a bit of a chilly week here in Melbourne southeast, and the temperature, I can tell you as we speak, sitting on 9 degrees. So a great night to play football in the southeast of Melbourne. There's Birkenkader, finds that space in the middle. He just keeps possession with Sevdim Ismaili. Was under a bit of an injury cloud coming this one, passed a late fitness test to take his place in Adam Pittick's side. There's Aiden Edwards. Adds a bit of trickery in front of the grandstand. A lot of youngsters back out tonight. Of course, last weekend's game here between the Thunder and Oakley played behind closed doors. So I can assure you the barbecue is all cranked up. The bar's flowing as well here at George Andrews this week, and the spectators have come back out to see a side in good form at the moment. And they've had a bit of a rough trot in the last 6 weeks, only 2 wins in their last 7, so they are coming off the back of a win, so looking for their first back-to-back win of the season. As we see Mehmeti just using Pierce Clark as that sweeper-style keeper. Comes back to Edwards, who's sitting quite deep. Mehmeti does well to find Danny Dixon. Quite a transit style that they are playing at the moment, Dandenong Thunder, as Wade Decker rides the challenge of Bresovic. Wade Decker on the score sheet himself last week against his former side, the Oakley Cannons, in his return match of international duty with Sri Lanka. His first international appearances. We've got some really good matchups all over the park this evening. Got a good battle at the back with Daniel Alessi, who's on the ball now. The man tasked from Adam Pittick with looking after Kenny Athu. Himself, Daniel Alessi, coming off the back of a man-of-the-match performance last week against the Oakley Cannons. Jack Webster, the city captain, goes long and direct. And it's to no avail apart from the feet of Pierce Clark. Kader has got some space in the middle. He gets through with ease and does well to find Danny Dixon with some numbers in front. Goes to the ball and it does get through to Wade Decker. First time strike blocked by John Hall. Good chance. 5.5 minutes played. First of the evening for the Thunder. Great bit of play from the Thunder. Good ball from Danny Dixon, not judged by Bresovic. And it almost got through for the early opener. It's a good bit of confidence and a real booster for the home side this evening. Looking at the ladder at the moment, their crosstown rivals, Dandenong City, they do sit in 8th position on 25 points. They're 4 points off the top 6 themselves, with 4 points between them and the 9th placed Altona Magic. As you see a chance from George Lambattaridis off a Webster long ball. Dandenong Thunder at the moment after their win last week over Oakley. The 3 points did really boost them, and it put a real gap between themselves in 11th place and the 12th place Manningham United. They're 7 points clear and stepping further away from the relegation zone. So tonight's point will really do wonders for Thunder if they can get a back-to-back win. Of course, with all the questions around this National Second Division and what's happening with it, there's talk of relegation spots. Is it 1? Is it 2? And speaking to some officials from Thunder before the game, they're preparing for the worst. It could be 2. Hoping it's only 1, and if it is 1, so far they're looking all right. Nonetheless, there are still plenty of games left in this NPL Victoria men's campaign. Alessi waiting for an option. He's forced to go long. Tries to find Romanovsky. Athu brings it down and he turns it over to Couture. These two would have played together on the training track at Victory. They'd know each other very well and what they're both capable of. Dixon does well to step inside. Finds a space. Finds Couture. He's done very well since dropping down from A-League to the NPL Victoria men's. It's not unusual to find himself amongst the votes for player of the season. It was a late signing in the pre-season for the Dandenong Thunder and took a couple of weeks to build his fitness up, but since he has reached full fitness, has definitely played a vital part in Adam Pittick's side. Ball comes across. Mehmeti finds Ismaili with a first-time ball into the striker's feet in Wade Decker. Couture does well to hold off Athu. And Alessi's got time to settle things here, and he does so with his centre-back partner in Mercer Mehmeti, who goes long searching for Danny Dixon. He's been busy in these opening stages, and it's a good ball across the face of goal. Wade Decker and Sulmani could only watch. Ball comes up the line. Decker riding a challenge again. And Couture will try and slot him in, and it's going to be a first-time strike. A late push. Screams from the Thunder bench. Wade Decker hits the deck. And our referee, Puya Gadirian, doesn't please the striker. And Pierce Clark will just settle things down, and he'll go long. And all he can do is put it out over the sideline in front of his coach's bench. Exidius. Webster goes long. Finds a good ball to George Lambataridis. Valley Sesnick just settles it down for City. Ball comes in, looking for the back post in the head of Athu. Sesnick again comes back to Exidius, and he turns the ball over to Couture, who goes direct straight away to the feet of Wade Decker. Finds his captain in Sulmani. He cuts it back. He's got Romanovsky on his right, and a vital intercept at the back there for Dandenong City. And a chance for Jacob Alexander to drive forward. And a late challenge, not given from our referee. Danny Dixon retains possession.
Don't drop deep! Don't drop deep!
And it'll be a Dandenong City throw-in, and Jacob Alexander was named on the bench pre-game in a late scratching, resulting in himself marshalling that left back roll as he takes a throw-in. Decker comes into the space and works it in well. Sulmani can't meet that one. He's beaten to it by Bresovic. Lamberta-Reedys with a first-time ball. Athu finds enough space to bring it down to Danny Kim, who sends it wide. Sesnick. The cross blocked by Dixon. Sesnick whips an early ball in. Not dealt with quite just yet. As Mehmeti clears the line. Exidius, he's got some space, delivers a ball. Lamberta-Reedys gets down quite low. A bit of an awkward header for the midfielder. And so Giannakopoulos is dropping deeper from his midfield role. Benjiba just taking a moment just to give his side a bit of a breather. As the ball's sent long, looking for Ali Sulmani. He just relieves the pressure. John Hall mishits the pass, but does enough to find Webster, who sends it wide to Exidius. Lamberta-Reedys caught in the blind side, and some good defending there from Thunder, and some great attacking transition play to Danny Dixon. He's got some space to work with. He delivers a cross, goes to the back post, and just overhit. A bit too much salt and pepper on that cross. Jay Romanovsky was tucked in to the back post, and probably where the ball was intended to go from Danny Dixon. John Hall, one of a few Dandenong City players this year, or this season rather, to have played every game. Had a couple of the boys, Danny Kim as well, has played every game, as has Michael Martinovic on the bench this evening, and Luke Saunders as well, another substitute. As Jacob Alexander goes back to Bresovic. Finds a Webster. Webster. City happy to be patient. Having to drop slightly lower than they probably would have hoped. Webster with a good ball. Takes a touch inside. Exidius riding a challenge and plays a late intended pass, but it does work out. Sesnick trying to do his defensive duties, and a free kick from our assistant on his near side has been called. And Pierce Clark just encourages his back line to step up as the ball travels along. Jack Webster and Sulmani, the two captains, going at it. As Wade Decker tries to deliver a ball and just caught on his blind side by Tom Giannakopoulos. As Alexander goes long. Oh, and a slip at the back. Not crucial for Mehmeti, but does turn the ball over in the process. Alexander dinks the ball in. Giannakopoulos couldn't hold it as Romanovsky's dropped quite deep. Not in unfamiliar territory, playing right wing tonight, normally as a right fullback. So not completely in no man's land for Romanovsky.
Set it up! Set it up!
Alexander in no rush to take the throw in.
To the edges! Timmy!
And an early chance to break here. Wade Decker using some football maturity there just to slow the play down. As we see Danny Dixon again find Decker. They do well to win a throw in an attacking possession. Kiddo. And the Thunder do well to open the play up and find that space. You see a throw in for Benjiba. Had a bit of a slow start to the season, Benjiba did, mainly due to injury. Missing the first couple of games, it has gone on to play 13 games off the back of that injury. As you see that man try and work his magic on the right touchline. Had plenty of other action across the NPL Victoria men's prior to this evening's match. As we see Mehmeti driving forward in the space. See Benjiba looking to put the ball in. Intercepted by Bresovic. And a strike from Edwards. John Hall can't handle it and deals it on the second attempt. Had a bit of a late swing. It wasn't super powerful, the strike from Edwards, but it did swing quite late in front of Hall. As I mentioned a moment ago, we've already had the majority of the games in round 19 played last night. We saw South Melbourne get up 4-0 over the Altona Magic at Lakeside Stadium. And the Melbourne Knights doing some good things for them at Summer Street with a 6-0 win over Moreland City. This afternoon we saw Green Gully get a 4-2 win over the Oakland Cannons. Avondale with a dominating display against Manningham United at Avenger Park 5-1. And this afternoon, Heidelberg and Port Melbourne finished just over an hour ago with a 0-0 draw. So plenty of action with this being the last fixture of round 19. There's a chance for Sessing to get into the box, and a late challenge, and the referee happy to allow play to continue with a goal kick.
Stay, why are you dropping? James, stop fucking dropping. Tommy, stay there, 12. Right. DK got. Man coming up, DK. Get wider, get wider.
21 minutes played. Pierce Clark on the goal kick. We are locked at 0-0. Only real chance of the evening so far to Dandenong Thunder and Wade Decker. Kidder. And Daniel Leslie will get the bounce and head it safely to Pierce Clark.
What did you say it? We got picked for a handball and nobody said nothing.
And Edwards in the middle doing quite well to get around the midfield, but the option probably wasn't the best one from the holding midfielder. And Wade Decker with an ambitious attempt off an uncleared pass from John Hall, the City goalkeeper. It's Marley. It's a good ball through for Silmani, gets a good dink, and John Hall on the reach does well to claim that one. You see Jacob Alexander. He's got the space to move forward. Some good link-up play from Kidder and Edwards. They find a space on this left-hand side with Mehmeti. And Kidder a bit stuck, and he's deemed to have been fouled by George Lambertarides. And you can just sort of see the Dandenong City defence dropping quite deep. Definitely something the Thunder boys have noticed, particularly the goalkeeper for them, Pierce Clark, asking the men in front of him just to keep stretching them, because they are finding the room to work with here, the Thunder. Not completely dealt with here from Thunder, and they do turn over to Exidius. He moves forward. Kim just comes back to his captain, Webster. Kim with a first-time ball out to the left. Just well to find Atharinos. And he's deemed to have been fouled by Ben Sheba. It will be Jacob Alexander to deliver this one for Dandenong City. Got some tall options to come in, and the ball's delivered to the back post and sails past everyone out for a goal kick.
Good boy, Valley. You're going to run a bit harder there, lads. Take the ball.
Valley Sesnick delivering that one. It was a good ball. A good opportunity to break the deadlock for the away side in this derby. Ball comes long from Clark and almost ends up on top of the Jim Mehmeti Cup beneath us. Not sure he was aiming for that, but Danny Dixon did well to protect the cup. Hoping to be holding that after 90 minutes tonight. Of course, it will be presented by the Mayor of Dandenong, Lana Formoso, who is in attendance tonight. As the ball comes into an attacking area for Dandenong City, Atharinos with a strike. Blocked by Edwards, and Danny Dixon is grabbed by Sesnick. Nothing given by the referee, but they do quite well to get out of here in a dangerous situation. The Thunder now have some space to use on this right-hand side. They opt to take it through Benjiba. It's a blocked pass from Jacob Alexander into the starting lineup just minutes before kickoff this evening. He was named as a substitute on the official team sheet, but a late change off the back of the warm-up. As we see Birkengader doing well to ride the challenge of Kim. Puts through a great ball through for Romanowski. He's pushed in the back. There's blatant hands there, but nothing given from our referee. He's in a dangerous position. There was definitely contact. Bresovic finds Webster. Goes to Exidius. Deals with a tough pass from his captain. Webster. A bit of retained possession with his goalkeeper. Bresovic goes long, looking for Athu. He's the most obvious target man option for City, as the men in white do well to retain possession here. The Thunder setting up well defensively this evening. They're quite compact through the middle of the park. Maybe something that they've worked on during the week and noticed that they could try and exploit Dandenong City by compacting the middle. As we see Dixon come to Dekar with a first-time ball out to Ismaili, and the offside flag goes up. A bit late, but nonetheless still up by our assistant. As Jack Webster just looks to settle things down here. We've had 29 minutes played here at George Andrews. It is round 19 action. The Jim Mehmeti Cup. There's Benjiba. He goes through a defensive wall of white shirts in Dandenong City and does well to win his side a throw-in. There's Bresovic. Clears the lines. It's dealt with. Lembataridis assists. And he goes with a long searching ball looking for Valley Sesnik. Ismaili does well there. It's Atharinos just holding things up in the corner for the City. Comes back to Bresovic. He'll work in with Webster. Bresovic again. Drives into the space. Does the number 2. And some good patience being shown now by both sides. Well and truly settled into things here at George Andrews after 30 minutes. It was a bit of a hot start, particularly for Dandenong City. Wade Dekar with a really good opportunity in the opening 10 minutes. Scored the first goal of last weekend's game here against the Oakley Cannons, his former side, so he's in goal scoring form. Boosted by his first international cap for Sri Lanka a matter of weeks ago. So we see Webster open up to James Exidius. He looks for a option with Kenny Athu. It's gone over the back of the striker. As we've just got a hold up in play. It's one of the Dandenong Thunder boys down on the goal line. Our referee just going over to aid and assess the situation. And the physio for the Thunder has been called on. And as we approach the 32-minute mark, it's been a busy period of football across Melbourne in the last 7 to 14 days. We've had plenty of Doherty Cup, Australia Cup action as well, with 5 sides qualifying for the round of 32. Of course, that draw was done on Wednesday evening, with some very juicy cup ties coming up. Notably, another return match of the Oakley Cannons hosting Sydney FC. That venue to be determined where that will be. Also see FC Melbourne Serbia, their first step onto the national stage, and they get to host the South Australian side, Modbury Jets. So that'll be an exciting one for Melbourne Serbia. Also Heidelberg United coming up against the current A-League champions, the Central Coast Mariners at the Olympic Village. That is going to be one hell of a game to keep an eye out for when dates come out for that. South Melbourne, they're hosting the Wellington Phoenix, the minor premiers of the A-League. So, as I said, you've got Oakley and Sydney FC, you've got South Melbourne and Wellington Phoenix, and also Heidelberg and Central Coast Mariners. And how can we forget the boys from Hume City? They're packing some board shorts for a trip to Darwin to take on the Darwin Hearts. So no doubt the boys from Hume City Stadium keen on a trip to some warmer temperatures. That's for sure. We're currently sitting on 8 degrees here. I'm looking at my iPhone weather. It says Darwin's 31 degrees. So I know where I'd rather be on a Saturday night. We've had 34 minutes played. Both sides just trying to find the opener. It's Kenny Athu who gets a touch through and a ball delivered across. Valley Sesnek is deemed to have fouled Mercer Mameti. They were going for a 50-50 and could have seen a foul gone either way, to be fair. But our referee has deemed it a foul against Sesnek. Ball comes into the space of Ismaili. Does well to find Kadir. Receives the ball again. Aiden Edwards, I should say, can turn out and goes back to Ismaili again. Heavily involved, the left back. Finding Dekar. Really left on his lonesome there was Wade Dekar. You see Ismaili with a obvious handball. Unintentional, of course, but right in front of our camera position. And the early switch crucially intercepted by Benjiba. Not dealt with fully, though, as Alexander delivers. Ball comes in, cleared by Alessi. Finally leaves the 18-yard box, and Benjiba can drive. Finds the pass to Dekar, and he turns the ball over. A strong challenge from Brezovic. John Hall. Probably fair to say the busier of the two goalkeepers in the opening 36 minutes. And I say that in terms of probably needing to be more on his toes in more crucial situations than Pierce Clark. Pearce Clark has been required. Probably not to the extent, though, as his counterpart. As we see an early chance again, where Pearce Clark is caught in the action. And a chance to go long with Wade Decker, and he does a great release off the drop punt. Sulmani's got him for pace here if he can get a touch in. I believe the ball has stayed in, and he's done well, Sulmani, to drive into the 18-yard box. He's got an option in Wade Decker, takes a touch, finds Sulmani again. Can he find a space? Gets a shot away, and John Hall down on his knees to defuse that situation. Very good bit of play there from the Thunder, particularly Pearce Clark with that release. Beautiful drop punt. And Sulmani injecting his pace into Exidius, who just was caught unaware. As the ball goes long, Exidius clears it off the head. Webster trying to find Athu, and Alessi finds a space in Kader. They go long. Webster comes off the side of the noggin. It'll be a throw in for Thunder. Dixon finds Kader. He drives central, rides a challenge for City, and a slip for Edwards. Athu with a good turn on the blind side of Mehmeti. Sesnik enters the 18-yard box, gets a strike away. Good save from Pearce Clark. The ball swung late. First real chance of the evening for Dandenong City. And a good turn set up there from Kenny Athu on the halfway line. Finding the space off the second touch for Valley Sesnik, who could drive into that 18-yard box. The end result, a corner for City. Playing in their non-traditional white strip tonight. Ball's whipped in from Alexander. Goes to the near post. Dealt with by Edwards. And the danger diffused as we have 6 minutes remaining of this first half. Adam Piddick marshalling his coaching zone in front of us as Wade Decker finds a space in Romanovsky. He's got the chance. He's also got Aiden Edwards on the other side, and he goes for the switch. Can't quite find it on this occasion. It was on. It was the right option to try and execute. The only problem for Romanovsky was James Exidius got back just in time as the ball's played through for Sesnik, and he can't find it. Benjiba working in with Pearce Clark, who just sends it over the sideline. It's an opportunity for his 10 men in front of himself to regroup and just settle down. It's one thing we have noticed over the last couple of weeks with the Thunder, their patience defensively and in that transition too has been much better than it was in the opening stages of the season. You can definitely see the effects of Adam Piddick and his coaching staff rubbing off on his squad. As Kader comes out to the wing, Danny Dixon with a touch inside. He does well to find a space, and he continues the run. Plays it short to Romanovsky, who's come central. Finds Jiba. And Benjiba just not embracing the opportunity to move forward there. It's a blocked pass from Atherenos. See Sesnik working in with Kim. And seems to be a few plays slipping in the centre of the park. Went for a walk across the pitch before the game and didn't feel too bad underfoot. We've had a bit of rain across Melbourne this week as we see a heavy touch from Jack Webster, who's also slipped. So conditions of the pitch may be playing a bit of a factor in how things are proceeding here this evening. Pitch, must say, is in pretty good condition for football. Not much gel on the pitch either, so Danny Dixon. Athu does well to maintain possession and drives the ball, and it's a good one coming forward for Clark. He hesitated slightly, but the end result was a clearing kick. Javic Zidius, a contentious throw, in my opinion, beneath us here in our vantage point. Have seen him given as a foul throw. As we see John Hall off the left boot, going to Jacob Alexander, and what really was a 50-50 contest. Couldn't really say he was playing in the space for Alexander. I've just watched that throwing back, and I've definitely seen better ones given a foul throw. As you see Webster looking to clear the lines. Got Silmani in front who blocks the long ball. It's a good battle so far between the two skippers. And you can definitely say Jack Webster's crapped a good 10 yards, possibly even 15 up the line. And the Thunder bench are letting the referee know, but it's not been to his advantage. Robanovsky just puts his foot in it, finds Alessi. Daniel Alessi coming off a man of the match performance last week against the Oakley Cannons on this ground. You see the ball come in for Athrenos. Gets a strike away. It's blocked by Clark. Not over yet. Sails just over the crossbar again on the follow-up. George Lambatarides with his second attempt as we approach the 45-minute mark. Another good opportunity there for Dandenong City. Travelling across town tonight for this Dandenong Derby, the Jim Mehmedi Cup. The cup will be presented tonight by the Mayor of Dandenong, Lana Formosa, who I did hear pre-game make a comment on the new lights here at George Andrews Reserve. They're much brighter than she thought they were going to be. So 300 lux have been told. Some good lighting upgrades here at George Andrews in the past month or so. As we see a cheap turnover from City. And Wade Decker has an opportunity to enter the box here. Finds a ball across, dealt with by Bresovic off the hip. Shouts of handball, but would have been a hard call to make that one. As you see Athu and Mehmedi doing quite well in that battle. And Alessi, the former Western Sydney Wanderer, just calming things down for his side. Clark finds Benjiba. And Alessi just drives it long. As you see, a offside given against the Thunder. Rosale Silmani deemed to be in an offside position. As we approach the 45-minute mark, I'm going to see 2 minutes of additional time added on to this first half from our fourth official, Max Hanlon. And Webster goes long. Edge of the 18-yard box. Comes down to Sesnick. Finds Athrenos. Tries to go to the back post. It's blocked. Danny Kim finds possession. Athrenos with the ball in. Comes to Kenny Athu. The first time strike. And a great one-handed save to his left from Pierce Clark. He's fired up. That was an absolutely amazing save from Pierce Clark, who was sailing into the top right corner from Kenny Athu. Definitely worthy of the response that we did witness from Pierce Clark. He's fired up. Big time to pull off a save like that for the Thunder goalkeeper. And Athu hits the post on the header off the corner. It's been a hot minute for Dandenong City. Playing in stoppage time here in the first half. Locked at 0-0. And City definitely ending the first half the stronger of the two sides in this derby. As Exidius goes long to Athu. Goes for a first-time ball across to find Atherinos. He's got Giba to beat. Does a good back heel but can't find it in Jacob Alexander. It will be a throw-in. Pressure not relieved just yet for Dandenong Thunder. Most likely the last action of the first half. As the throw comes in. Athu brings it down. It is a free kick for a push in the back from Kenny Athu, the Dandenong City striker. And Pierce Clark in no rush to see out this first half. And that action will be the last of the first half here. It is round 19 of NPL Victoria men's action at George Andrews Reserve between Dandenong Thunder and Dandenong City. We are currently locked at 0-0 in the Jim Mehmeti Cup. We'll take a quick break as the two teams walk off for their halftime breather and return to action in about 10 to 15 minutes here on the NPL Victoria live stream. Bryce Ruthven taking you through this one. Make sure you join us for the second half shortly. Welcome back to the second half action here. It is round 19 of NPL Victoria men's action. George Andrews Reserve plays host to the second Dandenong derby of the 2024 season, also known in the southeast as the Jim Mehmedi Cup. Bryce Ruthven taking you through this one solo tonight on the NPL Victoria live stream. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you have just come in at the halftime break, you've missed not too much at all in terms of any action on the scoreboard. We are currently locked at 0-0 between the Dandenong Thunder and the Dandenong City. Some good chances though for both sides, particularly in the early phase of the match. Wade Decker with a great opportunity in the opening 10 minutes, and then just before the halftime break we had Valley Sesnick with a great chance, an even better save from Pierce Clark, the Dandenong Thunder goalkeeper. Then immediately after, Kenny Athu, the Dandenong City striker, hit the right-hand upright in front of the clubhouse. So there's been plenty of action to keep you entertained across this game, and the second half is about to get underway. And no doubt, being a derby, things will start heating up as the scores remain locked at 0-0. So if you have been watching this final fixture of round 19 and you're messaging your friends to tell them all about it, tell them to jump on board this live stream on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Is our referee this evening, Puya Gadirian, sets his watch to get us underway. As the crowd return from the clubhouse. It's a chilly night here, 8 degrees in Melbourne southeast. As Birkenkader sends the ball long, and it's intercepted by James Exidius. And already a strong contest in the opening 10 seconds of this half, with Sevdim Ismaili breaking down the play. Past a late fitness test, did the Thunder left back this evening. As the challengers come in strong again, as the ball sails out to the left to Atharinos. Sends the ball to Athu. Goes wide. Does well to find Valley Sesnick. Enters the 18-yard box, puts the ball across the face of goal. It's going to remain in play and find Jacob Alexander, the left back promoted in a higher role at the present time. As we see Tommy Giannakopoulos trying to regather possession, he does so for City. The ball comes in, finds George Lambatarides with a strike. Great save down to Pierce Clark's left. George Lambatarides already has 5 goals next to his name in 16 games this season. He'd be hungry to add another, particularly in this Dandenong derby. Kader finds a space to drive into. He does so and finds Romanovsky. Sends the ball wide to Benjiba. Takes a good touch in front. He's riding the challenge of Atharinos. Does well to beat that challenge. Ball comes in. No one's in the middle of the penalty spot for Thunder. And a lost opportunity there for the men in red and black. Alessi finds Romanovsky. Definitely seeing a tale of the first half repeating itself, with Wade Decker trying to bring down possession. Jack Webster strong, Brasovic even stronger. And ends up with the second ball. Athranos does well to hold possession with Danny Kim. And Brasovic again. Exidius comes central. It's a good ball to Lambatarides to find a space. Danny Kim, first time ball on the bobble. Athranos, heavy touch. Robanovsky helps out Benjiba. A strong win back from Athranos. The searching ball to the chest of Athu. Ball goes wide. Sesnick Trying to find some space. He gets a shot away. Ends up being a cutback. And Danny Dixon just inviting in Kader as he goes to ground up the challenge of Giannakopoulos. Pierce Clark being called into action, particularly on the later stage of the first half. A crucial save in stoppage time, as a matter of fact. As there's a real lock-in of Wade Decker and Brestovic holding each other. The Sri Lankan international asking the question of our referee, as Ben Jiba does very well defensively to defuse the situation there for City. Athu gets the ball in a deep area. Sesnik finds Exidius. He turns the ball over to Kader, who gets it caught under his feet. Gets another challenge, the second in a matter of minutes. The centre midfielder for the Thunder. Very influential in the first half for the men in red and black. Mameti going long, and it's deemed a foul against Wade Decker on the City captain in Jack Webster. And the City goalkeeper John Hall to send this one long. As all the players marshal the right-hand side of the pitch. As Salmani heads the ball, the advantage not deemed sufficient from our referee. It's called back for a free kick on the halfway line. And Kader looking to go backwards and opts against the negative to go forward. Does come back. Wade Decker found in space. The height of Brestovic. Working well with the bounce. There's the ball sent wide to Athranos. Exidius, he delivers. Once Giannakopoulos across the box. Goes behind Athu and it's cleared out by Sevdim Ismaili. Jacob Alexander to put this one in on the throw. It's a long throw to Jack Webster, who's gone up, and a first-time strike from George Lambertaridis. Just sails up over the crossbar. As we've had 52 minutes played in this round 19 game. And neither side really looking to play it out from the back this evening. Happy to send the ball route one. As we see Pierce Clark take that option again. And Salmani couldn't do much. It does go up to the wing of Vali Sesnik, who does well to beat the challenge. Comes in, and a crucial intercept there from Mercy Mameti. Results in the corner for City. And there's two options on this corner for Dandenong City. You would presume Jacob Alexander will deliver this one on the left peg. It does come from the left back. Eludes the head of Athu, and it's sent long by the captain of Thunder, Ali Sulmani. Throw comes in. First time ball from Danny Kim. And doesn't work out the way City plan results in a Thunder throw-in. Danny Kim, one of a small handful of players for Dandenong City to have played every game this season, alongside the goalkeeper in John Hall, and also two of the substitutes, Luke Saunders and also Michael Martinovic as well. So only 4 players to have been involved in every fixture of the Croatian club this year. Ball goes long from Mehmeti. Dixon trying to find Wade Dekar, and Bresovic goes all the way back to John Hall. Can't quite clear the lines. Sulmani with a heavy touch through the centre of the park, and it opens up here for Dandenong City, who'll get a switch through Exidius. Benjiva tries to clear things and does so in the second attempt. Robanovsky rides the challenge of Jacob Alexander. And Benjiva just goes back and finds Kader. Definitely getting more involved as the match progresses, Birkin Kader. And a quick throw coming in back to the centre midfielder. Really starting to inject himself and influence this fixture. As Danny Dixon drives to the edge of the 18-yard box, rides the challenge. Nothing given against Bresovic. Mehmeti finds Romanovsky. A poor touch from Benjiva. Gets him out of position, and he'll do well to maintain it here. And Jay Romanovsky just body shielding, and, well, a clear and obvious, I guess you could say, Dandenong Thunder throw-in has been awarded to Dandenong City. And the ball gets stuck between the back and the head of Athu and Daniel Alessi. As you see, Wade Dekar drive to the edge of the 18-yard box, finds Romanovsky, first time strike. Probably the wrong option on this occasion as it sails right of the goals. Adam Piddick looking to find an answer as to why Romanovsky took that option. And you had Wade Dekar and Sulmani on the box. Both with enough room to shoot, but at pace, can be a little bit tricky to cut it back. And a strong challenge here, Daniel Alessi and Kenny Athu. They've been at it all night. As the former gives away a free kick. Kader. Going to get things settled down again, turns the ball over. Danny Kim finds Athranos, enters the 18-yard box, gets a cut back in. First time strike, nothing doing, and a free kick has been deemed against Valley Sesnik, and a yellow card issued for the kick out on Sevdim Ismaili. And it will be a yellow card to Vele Sesnik. First yellow card shown by our referee, Poya Guderian. For a derby, tensions haven't simmered too much. As the ball comes back to Daniel Alessi. He drives long, the former Western Sydney Wanderer, off the head of Wade Decker. And Jack Webster just shows the experience just to settle things down at the back. And John Hall, another man that's got A-League experience against his name. Actually quite a few boys out there tonight that have had experience in the top flight of Australian football. Wade Decker, another one of those trying to bring things down for the Thunder. And the Sri Lankan international can't get the follow-up pass from Danny Dixon. It goes out for a throw-in. Ball goes long to Athu. Dixon finds Wade Decker and works him well to Sulmani, who's got the space to get past Jack Webster. Gets the ball across the face. John Hall forced to dive down to his left, and the quick release opens things up here for City. He's got Alexander on his left. Plays that pass, and it'll be tough, Alexander, to find this one, and it will result in a deep throw-in for Dandenong Thunder. Danny Kim. Athranos. Gets the pass away. Alexander dinks the ball forward. No real option ahead of him. And Athu just with the push in the back. Aiden Edwards just using his experience there to attract the foul. Nathu's just getting a chatting to. He's been involved in a couple of incidents in the last couple of minutes. Nothing serious, but worthy enough of a foul. So the ball's gone long from Alessi. Giannakopoulos digs the ball in well. Thranos. Edwards doing well, and Decker finds Kader. He can now drive forward and inject that change of pace, and does so. Finds Sulmani in the edge of the box. He gets the touch. Slows it down, a slip from Brisevic. Wade Decker trying to find a strike, and it's a strike! It's the first goal of the evening to Bergen Kader. Some great play from Dandenong Thunder. Puts them up 1-0 in this Dandenong derby. 62 minutes played. And the scoreboard ticks over 1 next to the name of Dandenong Thunder. Some great work there by the men in red and black. Sulmani did well to hold the play up on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box. Romanovsky delivered the ball into the feet of Decker, who dropped it off to Kader, who found the top right-hand side in the cobwebs of the net here at George Andrews Reserve.
Goal scorer for Dandenong Thunder, number 12, Berkan Kirdar.
There you go, and if you missed me, call it. We've got the replay from the commentary at the ground here from Bob Brown. So there we go. Bergen Kader, the first one on the score sheet in this Dandenong derby, the Jim Mamedi Cup, round 19, NPL Victoria men's action. It's taken 62 minutes to get our first goal of the evening. As we see Romanovsky break his defender and puts the ball across again for a corner right off the back of the first goal this evening. And Mercer Mehmeti will deliver this one on the left foot. Birkenkadur adds the 5th goal next to his name in the NPL Victoria season. He's done well since joining the Thunder on the eve of round 1. And the ball comes into the back post. John Hall does well to collect on the fall. Looked a bit shaky there for a second. And with a goalkeeper in the fluoro green to send it long. As Marley does well. Has 2 attempts. And the buzz around George Andrews has definitely changed in the last couple of minutes as the ball goes long, looking for Athranos. Still no substitutions in this one. We'll see who is the first coach out of Adam Pittick and Nick Tolios to pull the trigger first up. The way the game's being played out so far, it's been pretty level pegging in terms of possession. As the ball comes along from Webster and Pierce Clark safely collecting. He's got a short option in Romanovsky. Declines to play him. And instead is forced to go long. He's riding his time. He's encouraged to kick it quite quickly from our referee, and Silmani takes a heavy touch. Webster forced to go back to John Hall, who slips over again. Might have put the wrong boots on tonight, the wrong studs. And it must be said, there wasn't much that the goalkeeper for Dandenong City could do from that Birkenkadur strike. It was a solid attempt into the top right corner. Had quite a few numbers and bodies in front of him to even see where the ball was going. As Benjiba follows through with the run, enters the 18-yard box, gets a strike away, gets a touch rather. Wade Decker slips over as well. Kadur, the goal scorer, finds Dixon, gets a strike away himself with the left foot and hits a side netting for a goal kick. A lot of pressure being applied at the moment from the Thunder. No movement yet on either bench in terms of players warming up, so both coaches are content with what they've got on the park at the moment. And as I say that, the Thunder are preparing their first substitution. It's going to be Josh Carrance coming on for the Thunder. He was a second half substitute last week, scoring a goal in the 67th minute off the bench to put his side up 3-0 at the time over the Oakley Cannons, resulting in a 3-1 win as Benjiba is deemed to have given away a foul. Rather late call from our referee, and he's going to be spoken to. Benjiba about kicking the ball away, no yellow card issued. Just a warning, some good refereeing there from Poya Gadirian, and that will invite the substitution for the Thunder, and it will be the number 15 coming on in Josh Carrance, replacing number 14 Danny Dixon. He's had a good shift, particularly in the first half. Danny Dixon was quite busy in the opening 20 minutes, and the fresh legs of Carrance might just assist with applying that pressure in the front third for the Thunder. So as the substitution is made, Carrance will hope to have a similar impact as he did last week against the Oakley Cannons. As Alexander plays the ball across. And Romanovsky finds a space and finds that man immediately in Josh Carrance. He's got Jack Webster holding him up at the moment. Looking for a ball across and does well to win his side a corner on his first touch of the evening. So as the score stands at 1-0 here at George Andrews, the result for the Thunder will add 3 points to their 2024 campaign as the ball sent to the back post. John Hall's again a little bit shaky collecting that one. And if the Thunder do remain, we'll stay in the 11th spot, but it will bring them a lot closer to the top 6. And put them in a bit of a congestion with Altona Magic and Green Gully as well. So the 3 points tonight crucial for the men in red and black. As Benjiba takes the slightest of touches. And Dandenong City will prepare a double change. You can see Brady Quinn being ready to come on. Also, number 20, Michael Martinovic. One of 4 men for City to have played every game this season. So the ball goes long. And for Romanovsky gets a chance away to break the pass, and it's blocked. Wade Decker, my apologies with that opportunity, and it will result in a corner. And there's a fair crowd from the Thunder being sent up into the 18-yard box. Only Jay Romanovsky being held at the back. As the ball comes to the back post, punched this time from John Hall. Finds the feet of Benjiba, who delivers a first-time ball high into the air. Silmani tries to direct a header, probably the wrong option from the skipper on this occasion, as we see the double change come here for the Thunder. Sorry, for Dandenong City. It'll be the centre-back in Brasevich coming off in the number 2. And also the winger in Tim Atheranos coming off as well, number 22. So a double substitution. Coming on Michael Martinovic and Brady Quinn. And Quinn immediately into the action here. The number 11 top. Alexander comes in. And it's a bit of a reshuffle of players, with Giannakopoulos going back into a centre defence, pairing alongside his captain in Webster. As we see Danny Kim send the ball wide, and he's overhit it on this occasion. Martinovic going into a right wing role for Nick Tyler's side. We've got 18 minutes plus stoppage time remaining to make an impact. Rewinding back the clock to round 6 at Frank Holohan. It was a 2-1 victory to the Thunder. Hoping to replicate another 3 points against their cross-city rival. And Slimani just turning the ball over in front of the grandstand as the ball is sent long from Lambertaridis. Benjiba does well. Alexander finds ahead of Athu to bring in Lambatarides. Quinn. Alexander goes long and sends the ball over the touch line while trying to curl it up. And the Thunder in no rush here to get things underway. Benjiba at tortoise speed to get the ball. Can't really blame a bit of gamesmanship in a derby situation like this, holding a 1-0 advantage. It'll be Benjiba again to throw this one in. Finds Josh Karantz straight into it. Romanovsky again with the ball up the line to find Wade Decker. He does well to lock it in. And he does well to beat his first defender. Can't get past the second. And Romanovsky doing well, and a challenge deemed to be free kick worthy against Kenny Athu. Giannakopoulos playing the Sesnik. He's come very deep to receive that. Lambatarides finds Alexander. Not too much movement in front of Giannakopoulos. Forced to play it short and receive again from Lambatarides. And it's really the two of them working it around the edge of the halfway mark in their attacking half. And a slight nudge in the back, fair to say, from Romanovsky. Results in the advantage play for the Thunder. Danny Kim with a clearing header. Benjiba looking for an option. Being encouraged by the referee to throw the ball in. As we see Karantz climbing the shoulders of Jacob Alexander. Romanovsky riding a strong challenge on the sideline, and it will be a free kick against that man Alexander. Probably the frustration of being jumped on in the previous motion. I think that's what the captain for Dandenong City, Jack Webster, has been asking the question of Tapoya Gahadirian, our referee tonight. Burke and Kadur keeps this one short. And Kadur again. Heavy touch, rides a challenge in the back, gets on his feet quite quickly. The goal scorer does well to beat Danny Kim. Goes to the ground. Nothing given from our referee on the edge of the 18-yard box. And the real transition play here from Thunder on show defensively, and a good block there from our referee to the advantage of Thunder. Karantz takes a heavy touch, and Jack Webster going to drive forward. Not at much speed, it must be said, as the ball is sent long to Brady Quinn, who is in an offside position. Had the opportunity there to play it short. Did Jack Webster, and went for the long option. He's known across the league to prefer a direct ball, it must be said. Brady Quinn brings in Athu. Benjiba intercepts the second ball. And Karantz locks his ball in well and finds Silmani. And the Thunder positionally aware of their setup. A good ball from Decker. Getting on the edge of the box, gets the follow through. It's intercepted. A crucial one there from the captain of City. Sesnik. Another crucial touch. Exidius on the right-hand side. Jacob Alexander. Jacob Alexander on this left-hand side, trying to see the ball out. And we will see another double substitution for City. It'll be Damien Iconis coming on. George Lambatarides and Valley Sesnick coming off. Seb Hernando coming on, as well as Damien Iconis. So all the cards shown here for Nick Toyos' side, as we have 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. And a corner. Ball gets whipped in, comes to the near post, trying to look for Webster. Finds a substitute in Hernando. Ball comes across again, edge of the box. Quinn to the back post, Webster trying to find it, can't do so. Ball finally cleared by Edwards. Strong challenge in on Hernando, and a free kick has been deemed by the assistant referee on that far side. I think our main referee was happy to let that one go, and the assistant maybe having a closer view of it. The referee taking the advice of the assistant. Ball's come in from Alexander. Punch clear, slightly from Clark. First time strike from Hernando. Is that again? Martinovic, the substitute. Looking to drive a ball in. He's mishit that one. And Robanovsky does well to get the body check in. Karantz misread, finds Martinovic again. And some good defensive duties there from Romanovsky. Wade Decker doing his defensive duties as well. Josh Karantz trying to get involved. Cleared by Webster. Peter Kim comes back to his captain. Goes short to Alexander. Tries to find the free kick. Nothing given from our referee, and it goes long to Josh Karantz, who will have the pace on Webster. Does well to go, but it is Dean in the back. And a free kick has been given. Jack Webster slow to his feet. Danny Kim just easing things up for City. Still chasing a 1-goal advantage to Thunder. Ball comes into the 18-yard box. Athu trying to get a strike away. Athinos. And the deflection takes all the pace out. And it will be a corner. And with the corner, it'll be a substitution for Dandenong Thunder coming off. Wade Decker being replaced by Jordan Smiley. Smiley will get the last 7 or so minutes. Wade Decker with another good shift tonight. His second game back off, making his international debut for Sri Lanka a couple of weeks ago. Just a second substitution of the night for Adam Piddick this evening. And the corner set comes in short. Hernando whip it in. It's blocked crucially by Kadur.
Switch on! Get on the move! Oi, keep going!
And the men in red and black switched on for the time being defensively. Cleared by Alessi. Smiley does well to find Carrance and got Smile on his left. He'll hold play up and get a ball through, and it's just not the right option on this occasion. Had a hint of panic about it, that pass from Carrance, and it gives Dandenong City a chance to break, and they do so on this right-hand side. Ball comes in. Athu with a strike, couldn't find clean connection. Nonetheless, it did take a deflection and sails out for another corner for Dandenong City. As we click over to the 84th minute. Challenges starting to build up now for Dandenong City. The opportunity has a bit of a vibe about that. It does present itself at the moment for City. They want to take something out of it as the corner is swung in. It's punched by Piers Clark. Comes out to Hernando on the edge of the box. Takes a touch to his left. Enters the box. Gets a ball to the back post. An ambitious attempt on the edge there from Giannakopoulos. And as he went for the overhead, the free kick has been issued for the attempt. And Piers Clark chasing the ball. Nick Toyos kicks it out. You see a second ball being entered onto the park, so it's all happening here in the Dandenong Derby. It's a 1-0 advantage if you have just joined us late in the game. Quinn, good time touch, and a good interception there from Mamedi. Jordan Smiley, bring in Robanovsky. Things just starting to intensify a little bit more in these latter stages of the game. Webster can't clear the lines. Kadur can't deal with the deflection spin. And it will be a free kick to Dandenong City again. It's another chance to go forward for the men in white this evening. As Kim plays it out to the right. Hall. As Giannakopoulos forced to keep it short. Webster looking for an option. And Webster just settling it down at the moment. Happy to play a patience game, Dandenong City. You do get a bit of a vibe that they sense that something is brewing. If it is, it's going to want to be quick as we approach 4 minutes of regulation time. Webster again. Looking for an option in front. He's forced to go long, and it's not a bad ball this time. As it comes on the edge of 18, and Jacob Alexander leaning back on his left foot and puts it over the crossbar. Another good chance. Going begging for Dandenong City.
Don't get caught out unless you really have to.
Piers Clark just showing all his experience here to slow things down. If the result does stand as it is, it will make for a really good fortnight for the Thunder. Smiley. Sulmani. It's with the overhead. And Carrance following down this one. Jack Webster has put himself in a spot of bother, but the offside flag saves him this occasion. Alexander works it in short with Quinn. Finds Hernando, the two substitute linking up. Deflection results in a City throw. And they're rushing to take it, get the ball into play. Ball comes back to Hernando. He's going to inject himself with the long ball for Kenny Athu, but probably not the right option to progress into the attacking half. As the ball goes long, Webster getting a slight touch off the head. Quinn riding a challenge and goes to ground, trying to convince the referee of a free kick off the heavy touch. Benjiva taking all the time, and he will get a yellow card. Just time-wasting tactics judged by a referee. As Giannakopoulos kicks the ball long. Alessi does well again. Smiley, good touch forward to Carrance, the substitutes linking up. And just a bit of slip, does well again, and it will remain in play, and a free kick surely going to be given, and it is on the goal line against Jacob Alexander on Jay Romanovsky. And as we approach the 90th minute, we're going to see 4 minutes of additional time added on to this round 19 game. And the Thunder in no rush to get this free kick underway. 3 boys around it in red and black. A back line of 5, so you can see what Adam Pittick's men are setting up. Only one option in the 18-yard box at present. Jordan Smiley taken straight to the corner. And it will be a City throw. And the ball comes directly in as some of the Thunder boys question the decision, and it goes long from Webster Athu, who can't take a touch. It comes to Webster. Alexander, he takes a deflection as well. And tried to take a good 20 metres there, did Kenny Athu on the throw. Quickly noticed by all Thunder players, and Jacob Alexander's basically run straight back up to where Athu was. He's claimed a good 15 metres. It's got to appreciate what they're trying to do here, Dandenong City. And again, because he has gone back to the original spot, the throw has been given to Dandenong Thunder. To be fair, the referee did warn him, and now Jack Webster's going to get a yellow card for dissent. And to that referee's credit, he did warn them, and they went back and took a good 20 metres on the throw. They're ignoring the instructions of the referee, so you can't expect any different. There's a strong challenge coming in. Kadur with a crucial intercept on the touch. Jordan Smiley getting himself involved. Romanovsky trying to hold off some strong challenges. Alexander goes to ground, deemed to have gone to ground with ease, and Romanovsky trying to find a space, and an obvious free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box. The substitute, Hernando, with a very clear and obvious free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard box in the 92nd minute. And this is going to be very interesting to see what they make of this. It's in a very good position for a set-piece specialist like Birkenkader. You can only imagine the only thing on the mind of the Thunder here is a shot on target. And it will be Birkenkader. He's already got one next to his name in the 62nd minute. It was a great strike in the top right-hand corner. Can he replicate it again from a set piece. And the scene is set. It's Kader. The good strike, and John Hall collects it from going into the top right-hand corner and goes route one almost immediately. Ball goes long from Kim. Pierce Clark's going to be required. He does very well just to come out and diffuse the pressure from Dandenong City in the latter stages here. He goes long. Looking for Carrance. Alexander again. They do a battle. It's a fair one. Shoulder to shoulder. Webster. He'll go to John Hall. He's been slipper on his feet most of the night. You can see the slight hesitation too when he goes long. As we see Sulmani taking a heavy touch. And a substitution, trying to be ready, and it will be a yellow card against the captain for breaking down the play. But it might be a smart one as the referee actions play straight away. Kader goes to ground with ease, and it'll be another free kick against Hernando in a matter of minutes. He's tying a line to substitute. He's already got a yellow card for his actions a moment ago. To be fair, he's lucky to escape a second yellow there. Seb Hernando. As you see Mumit Solomovsky in a number 16 being readied to come on as a substitute. And it looks like it is Jay Robanovsky to be cramping up, and it will be a substitution as we end the stoppage period. We're now in the referee's hands as we've definitely gone over the 4-minute mark. So it is Jay Robanovsky getting an early mark. This could be the last action of the game as the ball goes long. For Sulmani, remains in play. Last chance to get forward for City. And that is full time here at George Andrews. 1-0 to the men in red and black. The Jim Mehmedi Cup stays here at George Andrews Reserve in this round 19 NPL Victoria fixture. Dandenong Thunder 1, Dandenong City 0. A 62nd minute goal from Birkengader, enough to earn 3 points and their first back-to-back wins of the 2024 campaign for the Thunder. A good result for Adam Pittock's men as they head in to a big clash here next Saturday night against Green Gully. Dandenong City, they get back home next weekend against Moreland City on Friday evening at Frank Holohan. So make sure you get out to both of those fixtures. And of course, if you do enjoy watching all the action of NPL Victoria football, check out the subscription button on this YouTube page and get notifications for every game. My name is Bryce Ruthven. Been an absolute pleasure taking you through this Dandenong derby. We'll catch you again next weekend for more NPL Victoria action here on the YouTube channel.
On behalf of Dandenong Thunder Football Club, we'd like to welcome FFB CEO Chris Pavlidis, the Mayor of City of Greater Dandenong, Lana Formosa, and Amela from our major sponsor, Novus Finance, and President Fred Lamani. I did mention Chris Pavlidis, FFB CEO. A big round of applause for Chris. We'd like to call up the winning captain for Dandenong Thunder, Ali Suleimani. That's right, my cousin Ali Suleimani, to pick up the winning trophy for Dandenong Thunder. Congratulations to the boys, and see you next Saturday night where we give it to Green Gully. Have a lovely night.
Thanks for inviting us.
Got no habit of doing the player votes straight after the game. Otherwise, I forget to the votes for. Oh yeah, we're gonna do like a 1 to 5 for the player, like the player of the week, for the like media player of the year.
Oh, okay.
And just I always forget if I don't do it straight away.
Yeah.